Good afternoon, Bluebeamers. My name is Troy DeGroot with U Chapter 2, and I'm excited to partner with the team at Brighter Graphics to deliver world-class Bluebeam training and customization services so you can get the most out of your Bluebeam investment. This one's going to be packed full of settings and preferences that will serve as essentially tips and tricks that stay active after turning them on. We're going to lay the foundation for saving time and creating more accurate markups and measurements in Revu. Okay, next below that is your status bar. Down here we've got grids that you can turn on. You can see those dots. We can also snap to the grids when we're drawing lines and doing markups. I never turn those on because they actually are not tied to anything in the drawing. It's related to the page, the paper, not the drawing itself. So I think if I were doing measurements or anything like that, it might click on something and lock into it where I don't want it to. So I turn those off. Speaking of snaps, we talked about those earlier. These are the buttons, the shortcut buttons for snap to content. So if I come up here and draw a line, snap to content means that it will snap to the nearest. It'll drop in on that midpoint, intersection, endpoint, and I can click and draw a line, knowing that it's snapping to the end of that line. Next one here is snap to markup. So I can snap to the markups, the midpoint, the endpoints, things like that. Here's another spot for our reuse markup tool. So you noticed I'm just continually drawing lines one after the other. That's because this is highlighted blue and turned on. Okay, and one last thing, the synchronized views. I want to show you how that works. I'm going to open up a different drawing here, show you a little tip in the process. If I come in here to my file access, I'm going to go into my drawings, open that one, right click, open folder, and open a new version of that same drawing. So I already have A open. I'm going to open up C. I'm going to minimize that. I've got A here and C here. I'm going to use that split vertical. So I have a duplicate of C over here, so I can close this one. And now I have A next to C. And I want to see what the differences are between these drawings. So I'm just going to turn on this synchronized views. So it's highlighted blue. And now wherever I navigate in this drawing, it's going to follow it on this one. If I move on this one, it's going to follow it over here. So it doesn't matter which one you're moving. These are going to stay synchronized. And just a warning, that is based on the position on the paper, not the actual context of the PDF. So if this is all moved over on one of them and not the other, it won't be as in sync as it is if they're identical sheet to sheet. So keep that in mind. We can go through here and try to look at what the differences are. So here we have a rounded wall. This one's squared off. We can see those differences because we have these side by side. I hope you took some notes. I hope you enjoyed the detailed introduction of parts of the interface in Bluebeam Revu. Thanks for joining us. Reach out to Darren and his team at Brighter Graphics to learn more about additional licenses of Revu Extreme or the small investment of upgrading your existing seats. And as always, if you have any questions regarding training or customization services for your company, don't hesitate to reach out to our team as well.